Serena. Paladin Serena. That's what her name was. So, you guys have a lot of friends to send out wherever you go. Seekers, Slayers, Mira, Henri. You remember? Do you remember your boy's name? I'm curious. You guys remember your boy's name?
Oh, you remember. Got it.
Wait, my boy Clovis?
Yeah.
You guys have Clovis, that's right! But no, I'm not talking about him. Slayer Boy.
Oh, Slayer Boy?
Slayer Boy Janik!
All right.
Oh, hell yeah, Captain Janik?
He's captain now. They start hunting down the pale flock while you guys run around. Sorry about that. But hey, got Janik officer candidacy and passed.
Nice.
Henri gave him the setup shot. He took the final shot. And he, in proper Seeker manner, rubbed it in the faces of the Slayers. But as a good winner. He says it was a team effort.
But our side definitely did more shooting.
He says that when you guys see him again, he says the Slayers were instrumental in allowing the Seekers to even get close to the Pale Shepherd.
Good man.
So yeah.
I would just read him, I'd be like, it's good to see you again, Captain Janik.
He, taps the officer badge. Still feels like a dream. Janik was always jaded, but he seems a little less jaded. Call it hope.
Hope has returned to Moranis.
Indeed. And you can guess his second command are the boys he went into Duvros with. Benig, Vertus, Glaz, Nevin, they're still there, and they're still his friends. Go them. Nevin even got a date with Captain Evelyn. Go him. So, you guys have a number of people to send to go get rid of the fucking stalker, the annoying asshole, and you guys have a Shadow Man to put to death. And thus you guys go for it. So, you guys help over to Wanderer's Wield. Not before, Chedamir, you get pulled into the Feywild.
By whom?
You get pulled in. You get pulled in by a man you don't know in a Hellenic accent.
Hi. What's happening?
The rest of you follow behind, and you guys meet yet another Archfey.
The package.
Indeed. Nope, you guys already got the package delivered.
Yes.
I'll put it to you simply. His name is Matthew, or that's a name he refers to himself as. He's Anella's father. And he likes to have some words with you. And it's more than just a simple father trying to scare daughter's significant other. Although there's
which is succeeding.
Part of that there.
She certainly.
He legitimately is following Danny. Why you? It's weird. It's like an egotistical parent, that's proud of their child who is infinitely more successful than them. She can do so much better. Why you? Why?
I mean, you could ask her.
She never talked.
I wonder why.
Matthew is a certified psychopath. Casimir is a psychopath, but he's also a sociopath, so he can hide it. This guy's just a psychopath. And it doesn't take long before you realize he's going to find out what about you that she likes. Piece by piece. Luckily, you have your friends there with you. Albeit, when you guys enter, you guys don't enter in the same spot as Chedamir. Chedamir, you obviously get brought to the Inquisition area.
Interrogation.
While the rest of you get sent outside. Well, to put it to you simply, the rest of you are just gonna simply have to kill your way through.
Sounds like fun.
Sounds classic. Chedamir, to your credit,
in a flame, and is like, I've been waiting for this.
Congratulations, devil. God's blessed devil. Isn't that a weird thing to hear? Anyways,
It's time to kill something.
exactly. You have a legion behind you. Just say the word. Anyways, though, I imagine you gave Styx a promotion. An anatomical promotion.
Oh yeah, Baylor stick.
Oh, yes. Anyways. You guys have to get to Chetamere in the D&D manner of kill your way in. Chetamere, to your credit, you keep yourself from getting butchered piece by piece through talking to him. Every lesson you've had, every fickle thing of Anella's, characteristics, every trick she's taught you, every frustration Danny has dealt onto you, every conversational tip that Valeska gave you comes into play here now as you literally talk to save your life. And you're so proud of yourself when you bought enough time for your friends to come save you, but not before you bust yourself out. But you just needed time. The conversation was utterly under your control versus an archfey. You made him laugh, you made him angry, you made him smile, you made him pull back. In time for your friends to come save you, in time for you to break out and then drop kick him
into an ice spike.
Into an ice spike, Mark of Winter. They're proud. At this point, you've curried enough favor with the Winter Court. You can start doing a bunch of cool shit with it at this point.
Nice.
Vincent teaches you how to use it on weekends. Every other weekend. And he's the best one to use it.
You're like a freaking divorce.
Every other weekend. A divorce guy that doesn't want to be there, mind you.
Jocelyn, the summer night, is there, and she offers her own point onto the things he teaches you.
I make sure to leave time for them to talk to each other, in case, nudge nudge.
That's the second time you guys kill an archfey, albeit this one is very, very different, but this time you guys are much more cool. Go you.
Hey.
You guys get sort of brought back to Anella's abode, where she is waiting, as well as Danny. And for the first time, for the first visit ever, Danny does not shit-talk you in any way, shape, or form, unless you provoke her, in which case it's fair game.
I think I would, just for her to have fun, occasionally.
You guys develop a relationship of quality banter. But you followed old world standards. You presented gifts. You've quote-unquote saved her from times of duress. Mostly from elder beings at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Battlefield of demons and angels is one, fucking other shit.
Her father.
The fucking her own father. Stuff like that. You've earned Danny's respect. And maybe even a little bit of her affection, she guesses. Whatever.
Alright, you don't have to be so kind.
Shut up. But you guys have a Shadow Man to put to death, right? You guys return back. Now, Vincent neglected to mention one thing, is simply the defenses and tricks of the trade that the Shadow Man employs in order to keep his hideout hidden. Fairies have no problem. They're fairies. This is their woods. You guys, as weird as some of you are with fairies, are not fully fairies. Except maybe Catalina, she'll get there.
Working on it. What about Connor and his, I'm guessing, wife at this point? Did they figure out the potion?
They're not married yet. They're gonna get married after this fucking shit goes off.
Has he figured out the potion?
They'll get married after, assuming the world is safe.
Continue.
Let me tell you. The squad is doing their own thing. As they always do. They're desperately trying to find where Sandra Varys is. She was supposed to be in the castle. The guild can't find her. The Special Watch, the Royal Guard, including the Inquisitorial Division, can't find her. They're hunting the fucking bitch down. And you guys have a person to kill anyways. One that's a bit more sentimental. Speaking of sentimentality, I hope you guys didn't think Nevi's done with, right?
Mm.
It's quite simple, isn't it, Tango? I say as he steps onto my lap. One of the defenses, funnily enough, that the Shadow Man employs is the Dust Striders. They come and go like the wind, and they wreak absolute havoc. But they're always, well, not always, they're sometimes thwarted by the Wind Scent, who also come and go like the wind, albeit for different reasons. And, well, as you guys have to contend with the Dust Riders outside the abode of the Shadow Man, the Wind Scent come in to offer their own assistance. Sure, unasked, but it's cool nonetheless. And Nevi notices something amongst them. She sees her own parents amongst their ghosts. Once it's all over, Wind Scent and you guys victorious, she goes up to them and tries to speak with them. The Wind Scent can't speak, I'm afraid, though. Their voice is gone to the wind. But they can offer something better than words. They can offer her visions, and you guys with it. I'm sad that I can't do their story justice, but you'll have to excuse me. We only have so long. But you guys get to see the story of, even by dragon standards, how Nevi's parents met at a young age and bonded for life. How they became quite affiliated with Noxalas and Noxalas. And how Noxalas and Noxalas had to contend with the Dust Striders. You might think, the Dust Striders, oh, they're just a bunch of Nevros. They're not. 5 chromatic dragons were among the Dust Striders back in the day. 1 of every color. To the credit of Nevi's parents, as well as Noxalas and Noxalas, they killed 4 of them. The main force of the Dust Striders still wanders around with the last dragon, the Red Dragon Leader. According to my knowledge of the lore, silver dragons are first of all.
Them's big rivals right there.
Do they want
And this red dragon is a...
Sorry.
She wants to go as soon as possible, but she knows this is important. But just one last thing. She needs this.
Absolutely.
But first, you guys have a Shadow Man to fight with. His lair, I'm afraid, is a bit more nefarious. He has constructs built of his own voidic evil design, fueled by the souls of the people he destroyed, he killed. As you destroy every construct, it sort of comes to light his own story. He killed his own tribe. They betrayed him, he betrayed them back. He sold them out to the Seekers and Slayers, even. And he uses their fucking souls as his initial entry-level defenses.
Wait, could you repeat that? Whose souls?
I love that
I had
guy.
to take it out for half a second.
He sold out his own tribe.
Uh-huh.
He wasn't a magical boy in a magical tribe.
Uh-huh.
He and his father simply were black sheep amongst them.
Uh-huh.
He and his father got sold out. His father died. He wanted vengeance. He sold out his own tribe to the Seekers and Slayers.
Damn.
Because he hated all of them. So regardless of who died in that mess, he won. And he uses those fucking souls of his tribe as his entry-level defenses. He's... well, he's an asshole and he's evil. I suppose that's all I can say about him. you sort of come to grasp how ancient he is as you go deeper and deeper into his defenses and coming across the other people he's slain, the other groups he's put to death. You encounter a number of other Neverwhite tribes powering these constructs. You encounter Seekers and Slayers. You encounter nobles, fairies, devils. You encounter them all. I suppose it's a final fuck you to Seema that he uses her mother's soul to power his last and biggest defense. He's cruel, he's evil, and he doesn't care. You guys have to destroy the construct that holds that jagged crystal that holds Seema's mother. Simple as that. Seema, can you make me a death saving throw?
I'm the
I'm
only
a fighter.
It's your mother's final call out from inside the crystal to watch your back. He strikes you when you're least expecting it during this moment of internal conflict and anguish. Such is his style. If the boss fight would have happened, you guys would have had 2 boss fights. The Construct and the Shadow Man. At this point, though, you guys call in your own backup. The best way to describe them, well, they've contended their own dark evil mage in their own past, and they don't have shadows.
Nice.
They are the Knights of the Sanctum. And they can contend with the Shadow Use while you contend with the Shadow Man.
Hell yeah.
You guys put him to death. He's a great fighter, fantastic, truly, but you guys are better. It's clear that he's quite reliant on tricks and magic. But what good is any of that when you see through his tricks and you have blackout blitzes? Because fuck your magic.
What is magic? Begone.
I use the one I have.
You would have been supplied plenty more from their creator, Maestro Gaius. He's the one that created them, and that's how he got his Maestro status. An anti-magic projectile. Definitely put a shake and scare to the rest of the Maestros when he unveiled that thing. But Jean was laughing his ass off, and he was happy to have another Maestro of Artificery with him. But that's back then. We're talking about now. You put down the Shadow Man, and you find a phylactery? No, it's more like a portal. Made of that same black obsidian-ish crystal that Henri chucked at you guys to prove that they had successfully put away this Void Stalker. Some parts of you wonder how but other parts of you sort of get it. Regardless of whether or not he was justified in the way he ended, there's no justifying his survival. You put him down permanently. Seema, with Karam smiling upon you, can you roll me 2d100? I want to see if your mother's soul crystal is intact. And you want to know the funniest thing is that it was a... So 32 just barely makes it. You have your mother's soul crystal. There's no bringing her back from the dead, but you can at least see her off to whatever gods would have her, and many would.
Yeah. And I say a prayer as I release her soul.
Do you send it off to any particular god, or do you just let her pick, I guess? I don't know.
I think that I pray specifically to her patron goddess, but also just to the pantheon in general.
You pray to Lovisa the Vaunted, your mother's patron god. The pantheon welcome her. They technically dub her at the time as a saint. Saint Swordwing, but they'll probably got to change that when you eventually get there yourself. But regardless, that's for later. One Nevros scum put to the death. You guys have another thing to go pursue. Out here in Wanderer's Weald. For the first time ever, the Dust Striders gain a second follower, other than the Wincent. You got Noxalas. You guys hunt down the main force of Dust Striders, followed by the Spectres of the Wincent. You guys have plenty of people to call in, but Nevi asks simply one thing so uncharacteristically like her. She's going to face that red dragon alone. Dragon versus dragon.
You're going to win.
Catalina pulls Nevi aside on the way there and tells her she can call in Kyra, she can call in Casimir, she can call in everyone. This could be a crushing victory. Nevi doesn't need them. She has you guys. And it'll still be a crushing victory. That being said, she's happy to have Catalina join the fight.
I put a hand on Nevi's shoulder and I just say, "You got this. We got you."
We always have.
At this point, Owen's probably like a similar level, or almost reaching Danway's level. Danway's probably like, I don't know, 12th level or something like that, 14th. Owen's probably like 11th. It's an onslaught, and to describe Nevros combat is to describe utter savagery, and you guys are but a crushing and orderly force amidst it all, while two dragons dare off against one another in the skies. Fire versus ice, red versus silver. Well, she might be fine regardless. You guys all give a little bit of a help. A loose arrow here and there, a divine strike from the heavens accidentally blinding the red dragon, an inspiration getting dropped from Owen, as well as maybe a stray lightning bolt, stuff like that.
7 rallies.
7 rallies.
Some weird, like...
It's definitely her fight. It's 100% her fight. But the red dragon certainly has to contend with more than just her. And she doesn't mind it one bit. If you ever wanted to have a dragon, I can think of no finer asshole to make it with. In the aftermath of things, the Wincent have fulfilled their sole purpose. Their sole existence is based on the Dust Striders. And with the Dust Striders destroyed, they're done on this plane. Nevi's parents give you all one last. It's them two, as well as a younger Nevi, way, way back. And that image is replaced by Nevi with all of you. You guys will take good care of her. You promise.
Absolutely.
The Wincent leave behind one. They leave behind mantles, cloaks. They're never his favorite cloaks. They have harsh climates. You all gain the cloak of Noxalas. One each. And with that, I think you guys have one last person put down.